Bell was right. When I talked to him the last time I ever talked to him before he passed on, he said, you know what? UFOs have come back, and they're going to be back. And they're going to be back more than ever. And I really think he was dead on. And people want to know about it. Now, disclosures coming out. You know, I hear you talk about maybe this year coming up might be. I don't know it. Because right now, what's going on politically is so screwed up right now. You know, and pulling our troops out of the Middle East, our economy, the trade. We don't even know from day to day what's going to happen with Trump or what he's going to do next. I mean, you know, he acts like a spoiled little boy, but getting on and, you know, doing his little messages all the time on his phone. They should yank that sucker away from him. And I got a funny feeling if there is going to be disclosure, if it does happen in 2019, it's going to be late because right now the Congress and the Senate, you know, they got one thing in their mind right now, saving their ass, saving the United States, and not lose face worldwide to all our allies. And that's going to take more precedence than, you know, UFOs or Bigfoot or anything right now. Now, I could be wrong, but that's just my feeling.
No, I think you're right on there, Gary. I mean, there is so much political turmoil right now that you know, the major disclosure issues that happened at the beginning of last year. I don't know if they're going to be put off for a few months now in the new year, 2019, or not. And it's very possible that this upheaval could foment and get larger in the next few months or so. And you never know what maybe the off-worlders will be doing just to disclose themselves. I mean, let alone, let's say the government, you know, is thinking of an agenda to try to red pill the public eventually and tell them the real truth of, you know, the alien presence on the planet. I have a feeling that agenda is being pushed faster and faster by off-worldly pressures that the government might not have control over themselves. So I am really looking forward to the next few months here in 2019 with, by the way, Robert Bigelow's analysis, I understand, of these metamaterials that Luis Elizondo and the Pentagon officials have been studying of this down craft that they have because they're saying that these metamaterials have isotopic ratios that don't even exist in our galaxy. So I'm hoping that they will be true to that and come out and explain in this scientific analysis of what this material is made of.
Now, I got to say this, and you know I'm going to say this because that's my nature, okay? I have heard so many guests on my show the past year say that, well, aliens, the Greys, and all this stuff are friend to mankind. They're friends to us, okay? And they give off these beautiful orbs and love and all this stuff. And I even heard people say there's 25 million cloaked UFOs going around Earth right now protecting us from an invasion from another alien species. That's what I had a guest on my show say. Now, I'm going to say this bluntly. We don't know. We don't know if they are friendly because you know what? Between the cattle mutilations, the human mutilations out of South America, you know, and the different areas of the world, you know, that's right, people. That people have been abducted and mutilated and left the same way as the cattle, with precision like laser, you know, removal of body parts and sex glands and you know, all this, the heart and all this stuff, with no traces of blood. And I've got actually some pictures on my computer that somebody in a government agency, what used to be a government agency, sent me. Now, I really believe what I see on those pictures, and it was enough where I couldn't sleep for a couple of nights after I looked at them. Now, you have to look at this way here. Our civilization is new. You know, we probably had a couple civilizations restart on, you know, be rebooted on our planet. So we're babies. Now, these aliens or creatures or whatever you want to call them, to be able to get here, number one, be able to abduct people. Now, if they were friendly, why would they be abducting people, implanting them, doing some experiments on people? Some people have said, well, it didn't hurt. Some people claim that they could feel the pain of, being abducted and having experiments done to them. If they were friendly to humans, why would they be doing that? They wouldn't be doing that. They would ask you, hey, can we take samples of your body? Can we do this or that? They would, if they loved us so much, they would ask us. They just wouldn't take us. And how about the people that weren't returned, that were abducted, or maybe dumped off in their body out in the woods somewhere that they never were going to be found again? It really makes me wonder. We look at, we eat everything that's below us. In fact, we are cannibals. We have ate ourselves. You put people out on a boat, it sinks, and if they're out long enough in a lifeboat and there's 2 or 3 people, that what has happened in the past. Okay? Or you talk about, like, even in the pioneer days when they were going to California, going in Oregon up to the pass. Okay? They ate their horses, and after they ate their horses, they started eating dead bodies. Now, let's say we humans are cannibals. So, you know what? We don't know. They might look at us the same way as you go out hunting and you go shoot a deer or you go buy bacon at the store. I mean, we don't know. We really don't know what they're doing with us. Are they taking people? I mean, we lose so many people off our planet that there's no trace of where they ever went. I mean, just look at what happened in the National Forest. 14,000 people went missing up to like 2013. Where did they all go? They just didn't all drop in the creek and get swushed down the river or eaten by a cougar or a mountain lion or shot by hunting. I mean, there's not that many. So things are going on. And then one of my last guests I had on my show last Thursday before I decided to take a few days off, he researched, Roswell, and he's done 2 books. But it's funny, his idea is that these abductions or these UFO sightings and all this stuff, well, he made a grid, and it comes to 3 major national forests. Now, what better place, seriously, if they were abducting people or hiding and coming down on our planet? Hey, the national forest system out in the woods, that's a good place to go, because how many people are going to be out there looking for them or seeing them? I don't know, Michael. I can't say that they're all going to be friendly with you and me and take us out to dinner unless we're the dinner.
Well, I agree with you, Gary. There's got to be more than one species or race of humanoid aliens out there, I'll bet, that's visiting the planet. And I remember listening to your show when you interviewed that guest about the triangle formation of national and state parks that kind of formed this missing person area. It was a little bit different than David Paulides' take on the thing. And funny you should mention it, because where we were, the UFO I-Team at Mount Adams at Takalak Lake, is a part of the Gifford Pinchot National Forest. It is a national campground, national forest itself, and it would make sense that indeed, if there were visitations going on this planet, that they would maybe have a free pass to the federal lands to be able to come and go.
Well, that could be, and that'd be a good way to, get their samples of humans too, It's funny because, like the park rangers, when somebody goes missing, they don't really put a lot of effort into it. And it's been proven they don't even keep good information about when they went out and tried to find what happened to the person, the park police and all that stuff, and trying to get information from them. As you know, the author was unable to do unless he wanted to pay a lot of extortion fee to the government. It's scary. And, and Peter Davenport getting reports lately of, supposedly aliens walking around in kind of wooded areas. And again, back months ago, I had that sergeant from a largest, and people can figure it out, the largest police department, not a sheriff, largest police department in Oregon. Him and his wife was out camping somewhere near Tillamook, Oregon, and they saw aliens off the side of the road. And when they turned around and looked at them, they went poof, they were gone. Where did they go? Did they cloak themselves or whatever? So maybe the aliens are, or it's a different species of aliens, because come on, we're stupid if we realize and don't realize if you think we're the only life out there. Okay, I'm going to rate you as the people who think the world's flat. There's all kinds of civilizations way out there, and it could be thousands of them. And, and some of them so far advanced. Again, I'm telling you this, Michael, if they cared about us, right, they wouldn't be abducting people without their permission.
Yeah, that's always a sticking point to bring forth on this whole idea. It goes back to the rumors that President Eisenhower made some kind of an agreement with those races, or at least one race back in the 1950s, to allow them to do that. Of course, supposedly the story goes it got out of hand, and they weren't actually reporting back to the government on how many people they were abducting. But, of course, the government couldn't do anything about it, so it's been happening ever since.
Yeah, well, Mary Joyce, with her reporting center out in North Cashiers in North Carolina, she claims that there is a military base in a mountain, that there is aliens there. Now, we're talking about the ones, the aliens, folks, that kind of look like the lizard, not like the grays. And she said that the information she got was from somebody. It was very credible. It had the highest security level you could have in the government. And she said that they're giving us information, technology. But again, it goes back to Eisenhower type of thing. They got their little quota where they could have so many people, to whatever they do, experiment, eat, I don't know. But she said that this species that's working with our government are cannibals, but not with their own race, but they like eating us.
Wow. Yeah, that's, with all the different, ideas of reptilians and Nordics.
You just said what it was right there.
Yeah, reptilians, right, and Arcturians and all sorts of different races out there just in our neck of the galaxy out here. Who knows who's visiting, and whether they're even cooperating with one another, or whether they're even warring amongst themselves as well.
Yeah, well, I still think, and I go back, come on, in my mind, okay, we already know now that the Sphinx is way older than they thought. The wear marks for years and years and years, they thought it was created by sand storms blowing on the back of the Sphinx. Now they came to the conclusion those wear marks on the back of the Sphinx was created by an ocean, people. Ocean, not a river, an ocean. Well, that means it's before our generation of humans walked this earth. That's what it puts it to how old that the Sphinx is. Now, do you ever think that maybe we could be the aliens on this planet ourselves, that maybe an alien race brought us down on on this planet, right, to mine our planet for its resources or what have you? Because you go back even prehistoric times. Why could a caveman draw a picture of a spaceman, let alone a man flying in some type of contraption in the sky?
Yeah, those artifacts are just incredible. Matter of fact, they've got those actual artifacts of things that look like jet airplanes, that were made millennia ago as well. Light bulbs, all sorts of fantastic archaeological artifacts.
Well, it just tells me, that it's more out there than what we're told about. Now, the government, right? They can sit there and, you know what? They can go and not tell us, for who knows how much longer. But one day, something, Michael, is going to happen. Someday is going to be contact where they can't